Sometimes when you have a really big job to do, it can be overwhelming when you look at it and then you think, how am I going to manage all this? And I figured out a long time ago, really, sometimes the best thing you can do is just pick one thing and do one thing at a time. Like this box here is full of banjo things, and they are mixed in with things that's going to have to be thrown away. I'm pretty sure I got books and stuff in here that aren't going to be savable. So what I'm going to do is just start a pile. Oh, and everything is slimy too. But I'm just going to start a pile of throwaway things. And Maya Angelou. And just start throwing things away. But what I can also do is start pulling out the banjo related things that are still good. And I think I've got a place in that side shed I can start putting them in. And then I'll make a pile to throw things away. And if I can finish this box, it'll look a lot better. You know that thing I tell you about taxes? Save all your tax receipts for 7 years? Well, it was a movie. It was a series called The Rake. It was on British TV. And it was very funny. This guy didn't want to file his taxes, so he told the judge that it had been ruined in a flood. Well, this is kind of what your tax paperwork looks like after it's been in a flood. Which the parts that are in plastic are pretty okay, but the parts that aren't, I'm pretty sure are no good. These are baseball cards that I've had for years. I acquired these because my dad bought a house and these were all in the dumpster. And luckily, even though the bag was full of water, the cards individually mostly are in plastic bags. I think that might have saved them. So those might be okay. I have to find a different place to put them. Over here, I've got bullet shells. This is for a 25 caliber rimfire, which they haven't really made bullets for them since before World War II, except that during the 80s, they did release some new bullets. This may be a pre-war box right here. And it's sealed in plastic, so that one is probably okay. I'm pretty sure these bullets are good. These were made in '84 up in Canada, I believe, if these are the ones I think they are. And I believe I can even save the box if I let that box sit around and dry out. And I think all these shells will be okay. But I need to find a place to put them so they can dry out. There's a Whalen wire sticker over there. Never made it back to get on my car. Dang. Here's some gun holsters and gun pistol handles and knives and this and there. That'll all be okay if I soak it down with something. I have a old World War II, some old World War II newspaper articles that I was trying to save, and I'm gonna stop now. There's Honey Babe. I think what I'll start by doing is getting these doors off and getting my tractor out and my little French trailer that I can use to set stuff on. If I set a pile up on that little trailer, then I can drive it down to the burn pile or over to the shed and use it to sort this stuff out. I gotta get these doors down. I've got a weird combination of stuff I do to make these work. So I get to work on that. Oh, the joy. So I guess God had in mind for me to be making a brand new start, because it's sad to look at all of this stuff. Moldy, muddy, smelly, ruined. There's an Uncle Remus book that my dad's army buddy gave us when we were kids. All my wiring boxes, all my grinders. Probably the grinders will survive. My mechanic books over here, they're all stuck together and moldy. I had all of the Motors mechanic books all the way back to when they started. I'm pretty sure they're ruined. There's more engine books. Who uses books nowadays, right? Oh, see those boxes over there? That's memory. That's computer memory for the videos that I've made for 15 years. I tried one of those and it didn't work at all. One that had gotten wet. My banjo music is on those old memories. I don't know if there is a memory anywhere in the garage that still has all that banjo music on it, or if it's just all lost. I see I've already thrown a bunch of memory things in the bag there. I've got cassette tapes there that radio stories that I did for Maine Public Broadcasting years ago before I started doing YouTube. I've got movies that me and my daughter made when she was a little girl. We used to act out stories, and I'd take books and I'd take kids' picture books and I'd mark out the words, and we'd write new words for the things, and I got that on video. I did. Now they're gone. I got pictures of my relatives on these videos. I'm pretty sure those can't be saved. So I'm needed to get mad. I don't get mad very often. I don't let it out very often. I went and told my wife, I said, I need to spout. And she said, let it out, baby. So I did. Now, one of the things I do have is I have a lot of stuff in here that's still okay. Remember that big base station? You can see where the water got up over it. I don't know if that's going to be savable or not. Luckily, all my really good banjos were in the first trip, and they made it down here. And we had some paintings that belonged to my wife's brother, and they're safe. And it's kind of like I said before I went to Maine a while back. I said, you know, if I didn't bring anything from Maine back with me, I'd be happy here, because I have everything I need right here already. I don't really need anything else. But it's still sad to see it ruined. There's Banjo Bridge right there. I think these baseball cards might be savable. Those are from the late 70s. And I think I can clean these banjo necks up if they don't warp. And I don't know, there's pieces and parts of things like this. This is part of a banjo tailpiece. This is a these are my harmonicas. I used to play harmonica a lot. I saved all these old harmonicas. I don't know. I don't think that bag is waterproof because I see rust inside there. You know, it's just one of these days. You have to have a day like this where you get through it and you go from there to wherever you go next. Well, I know where I'm going next. But I need to spend a little time mourning the loss of today. Okay. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Y'all have a good day. I love y'all.
But it still ain't going to be near as bad as...
Here, you hold that for me.
All right.
I was just telling the YouTubers how aggravated I was because everything's all messed up. But this just made me feel better right here.
As the tunnel goes on and you go through the tunnel, you start seeing the light.
Huh?
As you go through the tunnel, you start seeing the light. And when you opened up...
That's downright.
When you opened up that box, the light just shined upon you.
Listen to him being inspirational. Do you hear what he just did? Listen to him being inspirational. Do you hear what he just said?
It's on tape.
He was downright apoplectic when he said it. What does that mean? I'm not sure, but it's a nice sounding word.
You're apologetic what?
Oh, the circle circle won't be broken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I wish I knew the words to that, because I like that part where it says, Undertaker, please don't take her, please don't take my mama away. But I can't remember what comes next, so I generally just say, well, the circle be broken. I love you, Bobby.
I love you too. He knows what he's playing, he just don't know what he's singing.
Not really, not really. That's an interesting, it's got screws and it's got those little keeper thingies on it.
Mm-hmm.
Little rounded washer kind of thingies on it. I wonder if this is made like not, I don't know, it's nickel plated brass.
Yeah, it
You
looks
never
like it
know,
was preformed.
Some of these old banjo makers, they did some pretty weird things.
Uh-huh.
I love this thing.
Cool.
Thanks for taking my picture, Bobby.
Sure.
It means the world to me.
Sure.